All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello. Welcome back once again to Blame Your Brother. We are back after taking last week off. We are Blame Your Brother, episode 166. Come hang out with us every Thursday night, 8 p.m. at blameyourbrother.tv. There are three of us that come to you every week. I am one third of that trio. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%, Glenn Jackson, King Louis the 14th, and I'm joined by this gentleman who sits over to the left of me. It's my brother. It's Lee.
What up, everyone? It is the one and only Saul of podcasting, of course, LeBron Safety Pin.
And then we have this gentleman who sits over to my right. It is John.
John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. Mr. Groupon, a.k.a. the guy that cannot talk, the sole operator of the Disappointment Cannon, Mr. PTI, the Madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman.
They do have a madman.
Okay, he's a madman.
All right. Well, I couldn't talk last episode, so it is passed on to you. So thank God I don't have it anymore. But anyway, we are Blame Your Brother. David, Lee, John, we will be talking to you for the next hour, ready to entertain you. Tales from across the pond and many other things, maybe some news stories. We'll see what happens. But yes, we will start off like we always do. A chance for us to apologize. Apologies, retractions, omissions for last episode. Lee, was there anything you need to get off your chest from episode 165?
Yes, I told the listeners at home not to drink the water down south of the border.
It's not
They
bad
probably
advice.
have lovely water.
Mexico?
Probably.
No, they do not. No.
I think that was a warranted warning. When we went to the Dominican Republic, at least a dozen times before we even left the airport, they told us not to drink the water.
Oh, yeah. That's we went to a restaurant in Mexico and they put ice in the thing. I was like, nope, take this back. I'm not even taking the chance. I don't want any. I want all my beverages unopened when you bring them to me. I don't want any of your water. I've known
there was even bottled water in the room for us to rinse our mouth off when we were brushing our teeth.
Ew. So
Legit,
that's warranted advice.
So if you drink it your whole life, you're okay?
I guess you get you get used to it if that's.
I mean, at least the Dominican Republic, they said we don't even drink the water.
Okay, well, there you go. So, yikes. There you go. Is that it? That's all you had?
Yep.
Okay, John, anything for you?
Man, I can't even remember.
I can't.
Well, I got something for you.
Let me have it, man.
Here we go.
You cracked a little joke about pineapple pizza being bad for the digestive tract.
Oh, that's right. Episode 165.
I do apologize for that. That was a little harsh.
So we had guest Nicole Dambro of the movie Groupers on, and she was fantastic. And yeah, John, you just go back and listen to it if you haven't heard what John said. It was cold-blooded.
Where you go from there.
I want to apologize for you two for we had a guest call in with a great question. Jay Robb, our friend, called in and asked, who our enemies were, who we would pop bottles for. I feel you guys really dropped the ball in that segment. I really feel like...
Please elaborate.
You came up with one. Lee barely came up with one. I mean, together...
I don't want to hate anyone. I don't want to gloat over anyone's failure.
It was literally the question posed on the episode. That was like one of the main questions of the entire episode.
I answered
We literally named the episode Nicole Dambro and Poppin' Bottles. So I just want to apologize for you guys. I felt on that I was strong, delivered the goods.
Look, we understand.
And also you need to apologize for not recording the show last week in my absence. People were not happy about it. I got a few messages. They want to know why you cannot record without me here. That's what the people want to know.
We have recorded without you here before.
It was not a very good episode. But
okay.
Anyway,
I wouldn't have been able to.
That's why. We just need you, man. You carry the ball. I mean.
Oh, that was the Sarah. What's her?
Sarah Knightley.
Yeah, Sarah Knightley episode. That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
All right, well that's it. So we'll get moving.
No, you have to apologize
for what?
Something. I don't know. Maybe you don't
for
apologize
dropping the ball last week.
Yeah, I apologize for leaving the country and not recording last week. How about that?
You literally said that you love Tim Tebow.
I do love Tim Tebow. I want to apologize for that.
What do you love about Tim Tebow?
I mean, if you made a man that was like who you strive to be.
I thought that was Tom Brady.
It would be, but I mean, Tom Brady, Tim Tebow. They would both be on the list.
So
Does everyone in that category have to have the initials TB?
They do, actually. Unfortunately, yes.
Look, maybe that's why you love him, just because they share initials. But how far down the list do
Well,
we have to go before we hit Tim Tebow?
They don't share initials, though.
Well,
They just T. I mean, okay,
Tebow.
How do you feel about Tom Brokaw?
he's a good man. I like him, too. All T's are good. Hold on. Let me think about
Hold
that.
on.
Ted Kaczynski. Maybe not, but from the chat, looks like Lee lost his razor. Looking a little Ted
Look, stay
Kaczynski-esque over
focused,
here.
stay
Oh, I am
focused.
focused.
How far
on
down the
chat.
list do we have to go before we hit Tim Tebow?
Oh, like 3.
3?
He's a good guy.
Who's like second?
That's what I'm saying.
Like Brad Pitt or somebody. Brad Pitt's
That's
the
not
coolest.
TV.
Huh?
But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, you're
Brad
right,
Pitt
yeah.
is pretty cool.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
I'm not gonna lie.
I watched once.
Are we? These are your like role models? I'm so confused.
Sure, why not?
The guy you kind of want to be.
So I'll talk about my trip in a minute, but on the way there, one of the great things about flying internationally, and probably one of the only good things about flying internationally, is the movies you get to watch on the plane, which is fantastic for me. I'm a movie guy. I'm a cinephile. I love movies, so I was able to watch once again Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was
On the plane.
Yes, it was better the second time I seen it. This is the best movie 2019. Nothing's gonna beat it. I don't feel. I mean, I haven't seen anything on the horizon that beats
Avengers
it.
Endgame.
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's good. It's probably my top 10. But just to say, I watched a lot of movies. You're not the best selection. Okay, I mean, some of the movies are all right, but some of them are pretty. But I watched a bunch of movies. I love that part of
See,
flying.
I'm surprised. Usually the movies on planes tend to be slim pickings.
Yeah, it was all right.
Even on international flight. When I went to London, it was Ace Ventura 2: When Nature Calls.
Oh, jeez,
So
not a
Ace
good.
Ventura 2 is not a bad movie. I'll tell you, the last movie I watched on a flight back from Colorado was that Sherlock Holmes movie with
Robert Downey Jr.
No, the
Oh.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, it's Will Ferrell
Yeah.
and the other guy. I can't
John C.
remember.
Reilly.
Yeah, John C. Reilly.
Like it went out in the middle.
Well,
like
that's probably a good
the
thing.
connection got spotty. Yeah, I was like, thank God.
It's not a good movie.
That
I haven't
movie-
seen it.
Like
So-
I had high hopes
why?
because I love Talladega Nights.
It's not Talladega Nights. Though.
No, definitely not.
Now, when I flew to Tokyo, they say that when you fly on a plane, like you get more like emotionally. It does something to you, like when you watch a movie. It's a different experience because of the altitude. So I was watching one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'll tie into this a little bit later, La La Land. And I had to stop the movie because I was like crying.
Oh,
man.
God.
I was like, oh my God, I had to stop
La
it.
La Land?
Oh, La La Land is one of my
It's
top
a-
10 favorite
it's a
movies of all
great
time.
movie.
It
So let me get this right.
Ooh, the ending.
La La Land brings you to tears, and that gets top 10.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow gets top 3.
As a person,
I can't. I'm like, my mind is blown on that.
if my kids grew up to be like Tim Tebow, I would be very happy with their lives. I'd be like, all right, you lived a good life.
What if they didn't?
Ooh. Like who?
You're
do
gonna
they-
be disappointed.
No, but I'm saying I would
I've
be.
got a cannon if you need to
There you
fire
go,
them.
right?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
If they grew
not
up,
everyone. can-
okay. If they grew up like Pac-Man Jones, I would be disappointed. Like that would be bad.
I mean,
or like
he's kind of cool.
Odell Beckham, I would be kind of disappointed. Like, that's not the character I want my children to have. They probably will be more like that than Tim Tebow. Living the life of a Tim Tebow is tough. I mean, you got to say this. I mean, I know John likes him. You like Tim Tebow?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about Tim Tebow?
What do you not like about
I
the
don't-
man?
I don't know.
He's a winner. He's got good
Kinda.
moral. He's got
He
good.
never
moral-
made it in the NFL.
Yeah, he did. He won a playoff game with the Broncos. What are you
But that was the one and done.
he played for several years. What are you talking about?
Played for the Jets.
Not really.
He played
He's
for
like
the
a bench warmer
Broncos.
at best, which is better than most people.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
He made it to the upper 1% of the athletic game. I love Tim Tebow. But yes, anyway, so movies on planes, good thing. But flying internationally sucks because it's, so anyways, I guess I went to Spain, obviously. No, I did not.
France.
I went to France. I keep saying Spain. I don't know why. I think I'm still jet lagged. Even though it was like a 6-hour difference, that's still a little bit to mess you up and come back. I went to France, flew over there. We were supposed to leave on Friday. We're about to leave, and the flight got canceled. So that was a bummer to start off with. But
Yeah, I saw you on Twitter, like going back and forth with customer support. Is that like the new thing? Whenever
Yeah.
you complain on Twitter, they just have a bot that's like, "Hey, give us a call."
so I got out of it. I got two $175 vouchers to fly. So in the next year, they give you these vouchers. They're good for a year because they know most people aren't going to use them in a year. I'm going to use it.
Where
I'm
are you
going?
going?
I think I might go to Chicago and catch a Cubs game. I'm thinking.
Okay.
I mean, because that $175 is not going to get you like very far. You can't get to California.
Yeah,
but
you can.
You can? Okay. Well,
I mean, if
if
you
you
get a
plan it
right
right,
deal.
yeah.
I don't know if you can use your voucher, but
probably. And there's probably like a line on the bottom. You can only fly 200
to Atlanta.
miles. Yeah, there you go.
Fly
Ooh.
from Nashville to Atlanta.
But anyways,
Thanks.
so the flight over there, we got there. It was fantastic. I don't know how many people have been, but I was telling you guys before, absolutely beautiful city. It was breathtaking. We got there the first day, went and saw the Eiffel Tower. It's so beautiful in person. It's so crazy. If you go at night, it lights up. It's like, they got the lights going around. We saw the Statue of Liberty thing. We saw.
Is it the mini statue?
Yeah,
of
the
Liberty?
mini Statue of Liberty. We went to Versailles, which was fantastic, where Marie Antoinette lived. I mean, it blew my mind. But I speak of La La Land because I did go to the place where they shot La La Land. There's a jazz bar in France where they shot the movie. So we went down there one night and checked it out, and it was so cool being there and knowing that's kind of, and you could see, like, they obviously changed the layout a lot for the movie, but it was like, so all the buildings
Did you
there.
dance?
Did you go to the Moulin Rouge?
We did stop by the Moulin Rouge.
Sweet.
Yeah, we did that. A lot of sex shops on the streets of the area. That's all it was.
Oh, well, yeah, that area is notorious for
Yeah.
being the
So we stayed there for a
very
little bit.
free lifestyle.
But all the buildings there are narrow. So like in America, all our buildings are they're really wide, so we go into this La La Land cafe, and we go in. You got to go down these steps, and you're like underground, like 3 layers. And it's like in a cave. There's like a cave-ish. There's like rocks on the wall and everything. And the band was really good. It was cool, jazz standards. So we had a great time there. A lot of great cuisine. Absolutely loved it. Where else we went and saw the Louvre, so we got to see the Mona Lisa and all those great pieces of art. It was just really, it was a fantastic, like, I have nothing bad to say about the city of Paris at all. I mean, it's one of my favorite places I've ever been to. It was, like I say, seeing the history of it, and like knowing that kings lived there, and Napoleon was there, and Marie Antoinette was there, and the fashion was fantastic. The people were absolutely beautiful. The women were absolutely beautiful. The men were all looking like models. They all had their fur coats on and their high-end like, you're walking around going, man, I look like a schlub to these guys, man. Like,
you do.
I know, yeah, I believe it. They knew I was an American walking up the street. Like, that
Should have brought some Groupon suits before you
I
left,
know, I
man.
should have.
Oh, they would have ridiculed you
They
then.
probably would have. But
So
yeah,
I've got my friend Charlie is also a world traveler.
Okay.
And when I told him that you were in Paris, he got excited. And he used some words that I cannot pronounce. It
Okay.
was obviously French, something about corner market or something. But he wanted to know if you enjoyed some French bread.
we had baguette. We had crepes, which were fantastic. I mean, yeah, it was. I mean,
I don't know if you consider a crepe a bread.
well, it was good. I mean, yeah,
was
we
the
had,
French bread better in France?
yeah. I mean, I guess. I mean, I'm not a baguette guy per se, but we definitely had a baguette for lunch. And like I said, I'd read Anthony Bourdain's book, Kitchen Confidential, and he mentioned there's a whole series of chapters about when he started being a chef. He had to go to learn French cuisine. And I was like, what's the big deal about French cuisine? But it's just the flavor, it's the palate. A lot of fish, obviously. I mean, they're,
Surrounded by water.
yeah, surrounded by water. And we don't have that here per se. We get fish, but come on, it's not like over there. Wine every meal. We were
Every
knocking
meal.
out bottles, man.
Breakfast, just knocking out a bottle.
We should have, and we had it for lunch. We had it for dinner. We had it for bed. I
I
mean,
didn't know you were a wine drinker.
I was. Their wine was.
Did
it
you
was
have anything that was
magnifique.
particularly
Nothing. I'm not a wine snob, so anything they brought me, I wouldn't have known what it's called.
red or white?
I am a rosé type guy.
Ro-
Yeah, I like rosé.
No.
Well, no, what's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong.
Red's too much for me. Red is too acidic.
Did
Like,
they make a point to pair it with what you were eating?
No, I don't think so.
It seems like that seems to be a big thing.
Yeah, they just
depends
brought-
on what you're eating.
They brought a list, and it's like, what do you want? You want this $500 bottle? No. Flip back. We'll take that.
Okay, well, I have a question.
Sure.
What was the language like? Was obviously you don't seem to like you had very many problems communicating with people. How many people spoke English?
quite a bit. You know, as far as the restaurants you went to, I mean, they spoke English well enough. You know, and
How was your French?
I know like 4 words.
We
Oui.
Je ne parle pas français.
Bonjour, bonsoir, merci. It was cool though. I mean, you'd walk in.
What's the first thing you say? Do you speak English or?
No, they know. They
Je
know.
parle pas anglais.
No, you walk in. They're like, you're
look at
American.
this schlub. He's
Yeah, he's American. This
They
dude's
just start
not.
speaking English to you.
Yeah, I mean, limited. There was nowhere we went where, like, yeah, I mean, they speak English. I mean, that's the difference between us and other countries, I feel, is that they actually take the time to learn other languages. And we're like, you don't like it, boy, you go back where you came from.
I mean, we
you
should
know.
change that for sure.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. I just have gotten kind of older and softened on some stances. I think they have some things right that we don't. And I think, you know, obviously we have some things right they don't.
Like
but
what? What do we have right that they don't? Guns, the Bible,
yeah, I guess. I mean,
sausage biscuits,
I mean,
and
we
gravy.
do have
I don't know what.
We do have a good military, which is kind
A
of
good
helps.
military.
I mean, it
Okay.
helps. I
There
mean,
you
that's
go.
we're the reason we're the world power of the
no.
world. But
technology. We're probably
yeah, I'd say we're a little bit above them in technology. Maybe not so much in China.
The capitalistic spirit of
I mean, but they're very.
taking advantage of those beneath you.
But they're close to us. You know, I feel they're a democracy as well, and I feel we have a lot of in common with them more so than some other parts of the world. I feel like that, you know, they're closer to us than, let's say, England or even
England?
Tokyo. Well, England's like parliamentary, and you got the Queen and the royal family. We don't have any of that here. They have
I
a president
mean-
over there, you know, President Marcon, and you know, you go to Tokyo, it's a completely different lifestyle, you know. So if Tokyo was a lot different language-wise. Like there was, I really didn't encounter many people that spoke English there. And there, yeah, there was more people that spoke. Any store you went to, they could speak enough. I mean, we went to a couple stores, like, I don't know what they're saying. Like, I don't know. But,
I don't know.
I mean, they're going to give us something, and we're just going
You
to go
didn't
with
pull
it.
out the phone. Do you ever had to pull out the phone? And like
I did a
Google
couple times just
Translate?
to, see pictures and things like that. But I checked out a couple of opera houses, which were mind-blowing. Went to a nice church there. Saw Notre Dame, which, I mean, we saw it from the bridge, and it had scaffolding all up where they're fixing where it, you know, burned down. And I don't, you know, my thoughts on Catholicism, so I wasn't really jazzed about Notre Dame. I don't really care. But we went to the Arc de Triomphe, I believe is how you say it, where Napoleon built it, and it is a magnificent structure.
Champs-Élysées.
Yeah, and everything was just the best. I mean, it was like another world. Like you're like, oh, this is another part of it.
Paris.
Yeah, I loved it. I would go back in a minute, you know, and do more
In
stuff.
a minute.
And I also got to stop by. They have a Shakespeare book company, and it's like a Shakespeare house, and they got a bunch of books in there. And when you buy a book, they stamp it with their logo on. So I bought a copy of Romeo and Juliet and got it stamped over there, and it was just everything was just so cool. I mean, that's all I can say. It was just super cool. You know, I do say when you take a trip, at the end, most of the time, you're like, I'm ready to come home. You know, and even at this trip, I was like, okay, I'm ready. You know, it was great. I mean, we didn't take the kids, so we did get to sleep every night, which was fantastic as well. So I got pretty good sleep over there. But, you know, you miss the comforts of your world as well.
But what's the first thing you noticed when you landed back in Chicago?
So I was saying earlier to you guys that you walk the streets, if you love the people watch, you will love France. I mean, I was seeing fashion I'd never seen before. High-waisted pants, big bell-bottom pants, fur coats. Everyone had scarves, man. Scarves out the wazoo. I landed in America, and I just went, why are these people dressed so poorly? Oh, yeah, we're back in America. I was
So
like,
are you going to start working on your fashion a little bit?
no, I
you
don't
gonna
think.
bust out some scars.
I mean, if you want to buy me a fur coat, I might wear it, but I
You
doubt
would
it.
wear a fur coat?
Oh, hell yeah.
But a scarf. Let's start with just a scarf.
I'm not a scarf kind of guy.
I think I want to wear more scarves. You've influenced me to wear more scarves.
Because of Johnny Depp, I don't want to ever wear scarves. That guy wears 150 scarves, you know.
At the same time,
Yes,
though, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Just one scarf at a time. I
scarf.
think you'd be okay.
Something very clean. It doesn't have to
I
be
think-
crazy.
I think
you know?
Johnny Depp believes he's French. I really do. I mean, he married
I
well,
think
no.
he believes he's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. He
He
probably
is an
does.
actor.
But you saw some big scarves. Like, I mean, you were like,
Is that a
scarf
cape
or is
or
that
a
like what
scarf?
is this? Is this a shirt? But I would.
Why does that guy have a beach towel wrapped around his neck?
Yeah, but
I
no,
feel like most countries wear scarves, but America,
yeah,
honestly.
I just don't think it's cold enough. I don't know. What is it?
Have you been up north during
Yeah,
the winter?
I don't know. That's weird.
I think they wear scarves up
Yeah, I don't
north
know.
in the winter.
In the winter, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably. I remember when I went to London, I went in April, and it was still kind of pretty
Yeah.
chilly. So I mean,
Yeah.
and I mean it's not different from
Yeah, I guess,
London
yeah.
and Paris is not really
I think, yeah.
temperate wise
I
that
think they're just
different.
London and France, they're just more fashionable than we are. I mean, just it is what it is.
So, would you take a fashion challenge where, like, if we found some fashion designers to dress us up, would you participate in that?
Well, sure, of course I would.
You
Why
want
wouldn't
the
I?
fur coat though.
Sure.
That's your.
I saw this the flyest dude like on the last day. This guy had on like a white, like almost V-neck or a white turtleneck, but it wasn't a turtleneck, but it kind of looked like I don't know how to describe it.
half
But
neck.
yeah, I guess he had a white and these black trousers that were a little bit high ankle, and he had this big fur coat. I mean, you were like, dude, like that's comical almost, but I was like, that dude looks awesome, man. I was like,
Seems
that's
like-
the most French guy I've seen.
It
You
seems
know?
like a Czechoslovakian drug dealer is what I
Did he have a
instantly
beret
think.
on?
No, he didn't have berets. Hardly anybody had berets. Well, Americans had berets on, but I didn't see any French people wearing berets. But I loved it. I think I do say I think the women there were probably better than American women. Just the ones I saw. I didn't see every woman, but everyone
Just in attractiveness, physical
Yes.
attractiveness.
Oh
which is-
yes,
It was the only thing you really care about for women, right?
You know, I mean, it's not bad.
Where's
It's
the
not, not
Where's
bad.
the alarm?
It's not a
Please,
bad
Just
trait.
sound to yourself, please.
There you go.
Misogyny alert. Misogyny alert.
I do feel there's something
Misogyny
about
alert.
France that people always go there and they fall in love
Yeah, I can
for
see
whatever
why.
reason.
I
You
can
got a
see-
little romance on you.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
why. It's a very beautiful city. It's
There
I
you
mean
go.
it's amazing. So yes, if you can go. We went and had a great time, and then we came back to the real world. And worst thing about taking a vacation is coming back to work and going, oh, well now I got to play catch up. As somebody told me at work, there's two worst times at a job: before you go on vacation and after you come back from vacation are the worst. So I don't know. But other than that, it was great. Fantastic. Highly recommend it. Love it. That's it. That's all I got to say about it.
Okay, cool.
So,
Paris.
yeah. There we go.
Farewell. What is au revoir?
So what
Au revoir,
happened?
Paris.
What happened to you guys while I was out? Anything?
I have something that I'm doing for November. It's the dry November, so I'm like 14 days into
Sobriety?
Yeah,
that's good.
just a little personal challenge,
And
I mean, yeah, no worries.
okay. That's it.
That's it.
All right.
Well,
John,
because like a lot of people do the no nut November,
I've heard of this. Or no
Yeah,
shave
so-
November. Yeah.
right? So I guess
Are
I'm
you not
working on the
shaving?
No shave.
Have you shaved in November?
I feel like it's been probably about 2 weeks, so maybe I should just keep
Go for
doing.
it.
What else could I do in November? Just to add to the top of it.
Yeah.
Lee, for those that don't know, Lee can grow a pretty righteous beard.
Righteous.
It's mostly neck though. It becomes just a neck beard. It's like a
Mm.
Civil War era neck beard.
Well, you are what you are,
I mean, unfortunately.
I've thought about, like, I'll get about a week into it and go, I got to shave. I hate this. I've
It
said.
gets so itchy.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
say. And people go, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, dude. Like, I literally want to scratch my face off. It's so
The beard
bad.
doesn't itch. The mustache bothers me. I do have to trim the mustache.
I
at
don't
some
understand
point.
how women like mustaches and beards. Like, when they're, like, kissing dudes. Like, isn't that kind of weird? I mean,
It's manly, I guess.
is
I don't
it?
know.
I don't know.
I mean,
My,
there's-
my wife prefers the facial hair, but it's got to be like
huh.
a really there's a too much or too little.
Yeah.
No,
Hit that
it's
sweet
gotta have
spot.
Well,
that.
if you got stubble, it's like sandpaper.
Yeah.
Or-
My wife hates it. She wishes I was. I like being clean shaven. She likes me being clean shaven, so it kind of works out. But I have looked at pictures of me. I've grown out a beard maybe 2 or 3 times, and I looked at
Turned your
pictures
cell
like, I
phone.
was like, man, it's gotta look kind of good, man. When I get older, I may have to grow it out. They had that face sap that would age you, right?
Yeah.
And that you could put one on with a beard, and I was like, oh, look pretty good with an old beard. So we'll see. Maybe when I get to 60, I'll just stop shaving.
See, I wish I could pull
60?
off that Matthew Fox.
Yeah, that's a pretty good look.
That's I mean, but I can. I've got
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
yeah. There's some spots on my face is just not going to generate hair.
Mm-mm.
So someone told me the other day, and I'm going somewhere with this, that LeBron James wears a hairpiece. Did you know this?
It's rumored, yes.
No, it's confirmed. It fell off during a basketball game.
Well, there you go. I mean,
And like the guy on the bench was like, "Yo, check your hair."
this really happened? I
Yeah.
missed this story. Wow.
Anyway, would you wear a fake beard?
No. 100% no.
I mean, for a joke, but not legit.
Yeah, you're saying like walking around town. You're not talking for a movie, for a comedy bit.
Well,
like,
do people wear fake beards? Because they got toupees. That's fairly common, right?
I've seen YouTube clips of people wearing them. A guy showed how he applied it and wore it, and it looked legit real. I was like, oh my god, dude! But you got to like glue it on, and
Well, yeah, I would assume.
and he also did it for another guy did it for a hairpiece, and it like would not come off. I was like, that's crazy. Like, I don't know, like I guess I'm gonna embrace whatever happens. If I start losing my hair tomorrow, I guess I just do. I mean, what can you do about it? I mean, and same thing.
Propecia?
I guess does that
Dude, I'm
work?
calling Hair Club the second I
Really?
feel there's so much going wrong with this thing that I
gotta
can't
keep the
lose
hair.
anything
Hold
else,
on.
man.
I feel there's being completely bald, such as I don't know who's
Howie.
yeah, sure. There's got to
Let's
be.
make a deal.
Howie Mandel.
I mean,
Mandel.
I'm kind of envious because it's less stuff to worry about when you take a shower, or get ready, or things like that, and you're always ready to go. Like, you don't have to worry about, like, I can't wear toboggans, okay, because when I do my hair, like, stand straight up when I take it off, I'm like, well, that ain't working. So I cannot wear those. So I either have to wear earmuffs or, like you said, a scarf or something.
There you go. The scarf's calling you.
So,
now.
but like toboggans, my hair, I look like buckwheat, and I'm like, oh, I mean, it's terrible. So if I was bald though, I could wear them all the time. There'd be
Well,
no
you
problem.
can shave your head.
I ain't
bro.
doing that. I just said
I mean,
if
you
I
don't
was
have
bald.
to shave it to the razor. You can
My,
just get it buzzed.
My ears are way too big to pull off. I got some satellites going
Really?
on, so I need the hair to kind of.
So what do you? Oh, you just do the hair. Yeah, I hate this cold weather. It was cold this week and it sucks. Okay,
Oh.
I hate cold weather. It is absolutely the worst, and I hate it. So that might be the drawback of being Howie Mandel. All right, what about you, John? Anything?
Well, I mean, usually when you're around, you prevent me from going down certain roads. But I've been like,
Oh boy.
there's a few things that I've kind of been stuck in a rut on.
Okay.
One of them's not that bad. And that's I've wanted to do some reading more. And
Okay, that's good.
my son will not let me read a book.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
And so I've decided to go the route of Kindle.
Okay.
And I've decided that let's go the cheap route, and I've been reading books that have been that are basically free.
Okay.
And
what is basically free?
the where the IP is
So it is free.
Yeah.
So it's completely free.
Yeah. Take the
Gutenberg
basically
Press.
out. Yeah.
Gutenberg Press.
Anyway, so right now I'm reading Frankenstein,
Okay.
and I don't get where the movies he was actually in the book very articulate. And maniacal, and I mean,
Really?
yeah,
Never read it.
and just the depiction that you first think of when anyone thinks of Frankenstein is, well, the monster Frankenstein
Yeah, of course.
is way off, and so I thought that was interesting.
That is weird. Maybe to make him more like a monster, because he's a
Maybe.
collection of monsters.
But I
yeah.
mean, he's like,
Well, he was a monster in the book. He
Yeah.
just wasn't monster enough.
right, he wasn't.
And I think
Yeah.
the whole concept that Mary Shelley created, a lot of people had problems with her because she was a woman, I think, which is kind of sad. But I think one of the reasons the book is so popular is because it's so different. Like she
I
really
guess.
created a work of art.
There you go.
It was, just really interesting. The other thing, and this is where
Oh,
you'd have
here
been like, John, why are you watching this?
Here we go.
And I've gotten sucked into Naked and Afraid on
Okay.
Discovery Channel, and I'm just like,
Okay.
I cannot turn it off.
What is Naked and Afraid?
Go ahead, John.
I realized that you're naked.
Now,
But
we
for
had-
some
we had-
reason you're afraid.
We had Wee Wee on, who was on
Naked
and
and
Dating,
Dating.
but this is Naked and Afraid. Go
Was
ahead,
it
explain
Naked
to him
and
the
Dating?
show.
Naked and
I don't
Afraid
even know.
is okay. They take a man and a woman, and the thing is it's not just anyone. They have to have some kind of legit survival experience. They're not going to take just
They drop them in the woods.
They're not
and
gonna
they
take
try to
us on
survive.
there.
yeah. They drop them off in some rough environment.
Like an island, usually, or
Sometimes it's an island. The place is Thailand.
Okay.
Just
like uncharted territory.
Yes.
Okay.
and they're stuck out there for 21 days.
With what?
one object.
A camera crew.
So no
And
water.
when there's a camera, no water.
So what object do they, like a knife?
Most of them usually have either like a hatchet or a machete.
Okay. That's a good idea.
And then like the other one, I think they kind of plan like, what are you gonna bring, and they kind of pair you off because they're not gonna have. I've yet to see two people that both had machetes.
Okay.
And so like there'd be like one with like a fire starter.
Okay.
John really thinks this is real. Like he really thinks people are out there in the woods.
Let him continue.
Picking items and surviving.
Yeah.
He really
Anyway.
thinks it's real. Look at him.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
It's
matter
presented.
if it's real
It's
or not.
presented as real.
It's I watch wrestling. I know it's not real. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
But you think it is when you're watching it.
He
I mean,
he accepts it's real when he watches it.
Yeah.
Yes.
it's
I mean, it's lost in the moment.
anything that you watch, you want to suspend your disbelief.
It's no different than, like I said, wrestling is your best example. You know it's not real, but
I mean,
you,
how many
you-
game shows are really, really, really real?
Probably not a lot.
I mean, it's kind of the same
really,
thing.
really real?
Like even Jeopardy, when Becky Warren was on, told us it's not like what you see. You know, like it's a lot longer game.
I mean, that's true of
They-
television.
right?
period.
So they stop it, they pause it. But
So,
anyway,
yeah. But anyway, it's you like you're watching this and you play out. What would you do? What would you do? Or like, and you think the first time you watch it, oh, I could do that. No, you can't. You can't.
what would you? What example? What
I
number
mean,
one? You know what I would do?
The two things, the two biggest issues:
yeah,
finding healthy water
yeah, that's important.
and fire.
Yeah,
Those are the two biggest. That's the two most important things.
Food, clothing, and shelter.
yeah, it is.
It's almost like hierarchy of needs.
Here's what I would do. Not go on the show. So that would end all of that for me.
Yeah.
I mean, would you ever go on that show? If they're like, we will give you $1 million if you can
Done.
make
There.
it to 20. No, you got to make it to 21 days. If
I'm
you
gonna
tap
make it.
out before
I'm
then,
gonna make it.
you think you could?
I would eat dirt if
There's-
I had to.
I'd-
If it was
have to have-
100% real, you think you can make 21 days?
I would have to have a couple of caveats.
What caveats?
Caveats.
What
Okay, go
caveats
ahead.
would you make?
Yeah, what are these
It couldn't be-
caveats?
I couldn't go someplace cold.
Well,
Okay.
John, okay, that's fine.
That's no cold.
Okay.
And my one item,
Oh boy, the Kindle.
I don't know. No, it'd be over with. This is the third day. No, my one item. I don't know if it's like
What, a
against the rules or
gun?
not. No, there's a straw that has a built-in filter that you can basically drink water from anything, and it
I'm
filters
sure
it
you
and it's-
could.
And so I don't know if that's against the rules or
Why
not.
would it be against the rules?
I don't know. I just want
Okay,
to make
we'll allow
sure.
it. We'll allow it. You get the straw.
I think
But
I'd
there's
be able
better
to do it.
ways to like purify water, and you could have something that actually matters.
You got to
If
go
you're
with
actually
a
a true-
hatchet, bro. I mean,
Yeah, but you're on there with somebody else, and I don't think they're gonna think of the.
okay, so you would do this with a stranger, female stranger, nude. $1 million if you can make it 21 days. You in or you're out.
If I could bring that thing and
Yeah.
it's not cold,
And
it's
you're
not
completely
an issue.
butt ass naked with
Yeah.
a stranger. Hell no.
$1
no
million.
way.
Well, I mean, you just make clothes day one. You find something.
Make
and
clothes? What
Most
the-
of them have.
Yeah,
How do you
of
make
course.
clothes? What?
Where
they-
are you at? Palm leaves?
Yeah, the palm leaves. They'll weave them together.
Vines.
I couldn't do this stuff. I mean, I would hope the person I'm paired with could do all this because I'd be the worst.
Most of the time, most of the pairings, it's been like somebody who's like legit knows what they're doing, and then an idiot.
I'd be the idiot. So that'd be good.
And so
So Rosie Copper Tops in the chat. And she said,
I wouldn't mind going with her. She seems like she's got her
Well,
stuff together.
I wouldn't either, but I would weave myself a swimsuit out of plants. Okay, so that would be good. I would not mind. Yeah, knowing my luck, I would be the idiot paired with an idiot.
No, your luck, you would get poison ivy. And
Probably.
you would make you a little cod piece out of poison ivy day one.
I would quit on the second day.
Oh,
I'd be
you-
like,
they
we're
would
gonna
have-
die. Like we
they would have
literally,
to life flight you out of there.
we're literally not having water. We're dead. Get me out of here. Did you watch Survivor when that dude fell in the fire? So they built this fire, right? This guy was standing next to the fire and he hadn't eaten and he went, and he felt like legit. Like whether you believe these shows or not, he really did fall into the fire. They had to life flight him out of there like immediately, dude. His hands were burnt, man. First degree burns. It's not good. That would be me.
I've
There'd be
seen
no
him
fire. though.
swollen up on that TV show before, for
Oh
sure.
man. So that's what you're watching.
yeah.
How many laugh tracks do you give this show? 1 to 5. How do you rank? What's it called?
With one
Naked
being
and
bad and 5 being
It's
naked and
hard to
afraid.
tell because it's not about it being good or bad. You just get sucked in. I'd probably give it a solid 3.5.
all
okay.
right.
Well, here's the problem because I've watched these shows. Our parents love these shows. It's the same genre of like Alaska Survival Family and Survivor Man, and they follow a very formulaic cut. If you watch it, they'll show you like 5 minutes of the TV show.
course.
They'll go to the commercial, and then when they come back, they show you 2.5 minutes of what you just watched. but the cliff edge at the end, and then they repeat into another
Of
commercial
course.
with a 2.5-minute recap, and then the clip. It drives me crazy, and that's how they literally use human psychology to suck you into these shows, and you cannot break away from it.
It is, of course.
You can literally not break away from it.
They're not idiots. They do that on purpose.
It is a
yeah.
bad music song. It's a song on the radio that you're like, okay, 4 writers got together. They wrote this formulaic piece of shit music that everyone loves. That is the show. It's the same thing.
But here's the problem. It is a great idea for legit show. Like you could say for real, we're going to do this for real.
I mean, Dave's got a point. How many songs have a chorus, a hook?
There's at least 5 of them.
So that's every reality show. You're right. It's the same formula for every show.
Anything that's good almost has that formula.
So your nephew gives
soulless.
it a 4.
It's
a
soulless,
4 out of 5.
is my point.
We do got to talk about the Masked Singer, which we love to talk about. This is the Masked Singer podcast now, John.
I thought we did that.
There was a reveal.
Don't tell me I
we
haven't
need
seen
the
it.
update.
Oh, I thought you'd seen it.
No, we haven't had time.
So do you know? Okay,
You
I'll look it
haven't
up.
had
I
time.
won't tell you, but you tell me who you think this person is while we're doing it. So okay,
What costume were they wearing? Was it the
a
bee,
fly or
the
something?
ant?
I think it was a fly. Is there a fly on there?
There's a butterfly.
There's one that's like the daughter of a rock royalty, the ladybug. Okay, the
Ladybug.
She's
What
the
did
one
they
that was
sing?
like.
I
Like
don't.
very first. I mean,
I don't know. I don't watch the show. The freaking ladybug, man. Here, this is not a spoiler. This person here.
oh, the flower.
Okay, sure.
The
Is that who
flower,
it
I was
is?
like a
of
ladybug. I
course.
didn't remember.
I think that's who it is. I just want to see. No, that's Patty. That's old. No, it's the one I just said. Whatever. So you don't even
I
watch
thought
it. Do you watch the show or not? You don't even know who the
we
ladybug is?
only. I don't even remember
All
seeing
right.
the ladybug. I only watch it when my wife can watch
Okay,
it too.
all right.
So
Well, I want to get your prediction beforehand since you seem to know who all these people are. I don't think there's any way you would get who this person is, but I could be wrong. Update us as we go.
I mean,
I
if
was
it-
like,
is
we're
it-
going to talk about Masked Singer. Oh, we'll talk about it anymore.
Don't you run this for me? Don't you run this for me?
man. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Do we have any news stories we want to tackle? I put a few up there. Disney Plus is available now. Any guys going to be getting Disney Plus? It's the new network of Disney. It's got all the Disney old shows, new shows. The Mandalorian's come out. People are loving it. But here's the thing about it. Disney Plus includes warning about outdated racist content. So
I mean, you're gonna have to. I
So-
mean, there's a lot of.
let's pick the movie Dumbo. So they give a
I
little.
mean, the Jack Crow.
Yes. So
Yeah.
and here's the actual line. Here, blah blah
Jim
blah.
Crow.
Here's what the movie's about. Blah blah blah. And then it says it may contain outdated cultural depictions. And
I
that's-
think it's stupid that they say it may contain. Does it or does it not?
I think-
Does it change every time I watch it? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that it does. Just go ahead and say this movie contains outdated
Right.
cultural depictions.
Exactly.
And maybe even change the language to where cultural depictions is maybe just a little too soft, you know?
But
I
when
mean-
somebody said it's sugarcoated how they wrote it. Copper Top did. I would say this.
Perception is reality. So
When
I mean,
is-
if you're a little kid, you're not. It's gonna go over your
Of
head.
course.
So
When
I
is
just
when
may.
is Song of the South going to get its due on this network? Okay, it's not
I don't
available.
thi- no, they're
Hey,
not gonna play it at all.
They're not putting
You
that on
can't even
Disney Plus.
find that on VHS anywhere.
If this is the true Disney Plus, they must put Song of the
They
South
don't have
up
to
on.
do anything.
They should do it. Disney Plus. Are you? Everyone's going nuts about this, and I don't care at all. I don't
that's
care.
surprising that you don't care about Disney Plus.
I don't care. Why do I care? Like, oh,
I don't know.
Well,
Why
I can
would
go
anyone?
back and watch old TV shows. Blah blah blah. Somebody tweet at me. You're gonna go watch the X-Men? No, I'm not gonna go rewatch the X-Men. I've got other shows. I'm watching Watchmen right now on HBO. Fantastic show. I want to watch good shows. Mr. Robot. You know, these
Well,
are good
Avengers
shows.
Endgame is on there, isn't it?
Who cares? I've seen it. It's still
You
on
said it was one of the greatest movies of
It's
all
on the
space
top
and
10.
time.
No,
It was
I
a-
never said
It was a
that.
movie to change the hearts and minds of the people.
No, I never said that. But it is
And
a.
that alone would be worth the Disney
enjoyable
Plus
mo-
subscription.
Are you gonna get Disney Plus?
We will probably get it. Yes, we have a 2-year-old daughter, so I don't see a world in which we don't.
Well, I'm gonna give you a little tip. This is Dave's tech tip of the week. If you have Verizon and you have an unlimited plan, it's free for a year.
Right.
So if you have that and you don't know about it, you can get Disney Plus. I'm just gonna pirate this stuff. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If I want to watch the
They're
stupid
coming
man,
after you now.
Disney, screw
Hey,
you.
3 letters, VPN.
And I've already had the first episode of The Mandalorian spoiled anyway. I was like, I don't care. I'd started this week. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to start reading stuff I'm not going to watch. I'm just going to read it. I don't care. Like, I'm going to read the spoilers because I'm never going to watch the dumb show.
Like, here's the thing. Like, I get it. Nobody wants to be spoiled, but is it really that big of a deal?
No.
Like, if you watch the show and you already know the ending, what is like everyone M. Night Shyamalan all of a sudden? It's
Pretty
like, surprise
much.
ending. It's got to be. No.
I think with things you really love, like okay, Star Wars, the new Star Wars, I want to go see that. I would be upset if someone spoiled in the movie the weekend it came out. Now, you're talking a month after it's out. Hey, man, you've made your own decision at that point not to go see it.
So
Everything's fair game.
Is fair game.
I think it is. In this day and age with Twitter and Instagram, come on, man.
Yeah, you can't expect people to not talk about
mean,
something that long.
Twitter's going to ruin it like that weekend, so you might as well stay off. So if you really want to go see it, you know, I mean, yeah, these podcasts that come out like the next day it comes out and they go, hey, can you believe that Darth Vader came back? Like, dude, what are you
No,
doing?
I've got-
before that because, I mean, you got
Yeah.
people who got
That's true.
So I've started seeing this strategy, and it's been implemented by people, but there's hope that an AI could actually take this over. And what it is, it's whenever a spoiler is introduced, there's automatically at least one, if not more, counter spoilers that are automatically added.
That's
So, like, think about it. Think of like a very simple example, like a sports game. Let's say instead of the sports game, like someone says Alabama versus Tennessee, and it's like, oh, Alabama won. If then you immediately heard Tennessee won,
That's true. That's
then
a good
you're like,
idea.
because at first you're like, oh man, I don't want to watch it because I know
Right.
who wins. But then if someone says Tennessee wins, you're like, well, I don't really know who wins, and I have that hope that someone said. So I think that there are psychological strategies that we could use to prevent spoilers
good
that we're
idea.
not even leveraging.
So we should just, when Star Wars comes out,
it's like
we're
the,
going to start.
Michael Scott rumor thing.
Yeah, that's good. We're gonna tweet out fake Star Wars
Fakes,
endings when the movie
yeah.
comes out. I love it. Okay, so Disney Plus. That's thing.
Okay, Disney Plus.
Now the new Kanye West album came out, and you know I'm a Kanye guy. Like anybody knows me, I love Kanye. Like I love this dude, man. He's right now he's going to be going to your boy's church. Who's the guy? Joel Osteen. Which I'm already like, dude, what are you doing?
Come on.
So apparently Kanye West is in the vein of Bob Dylan. Okay, Bob Dylan. No, let me go. Both were groundbreaking for their
I'm
genres,
sorry.
whether you like them or not.
I could not control myself when you said that. It was.
But here's where it goes. Bob Dylan went through a period where he became a born-again Christian, and he put out a bunch of Christian albums
right.
that sucked. Let's just call it what it was. They were not good.
Well, you don't like any Bob Dylan albums anyway.
My son's middle name is Dylan. You
For
understand
some
that, right?
reason, I get that. I mean, you say that you like it,
No,
but you actually don't.
Blood on the Tracks,
But
I
anyway,
love it.
okay.
I love Bob Dylan,
Okay,
early
so
stuff.
Sucky
I'm not.
Christian albums. Jesus is
This
King.
Kanye West album is not good. Okay, it is not.
Well, you don't
good.
like this line. You're closed on Sundays.
I like that
You're
song.
my Chick-fil-A.
I like that song.
You're my the number one with the lemonade.
I like
that song.
I do like that song.
You are a simp. You know that?
Well, it's the only good song on the album. I hate to say
The
it.
only good song on the album.
I
Oh
mean,
my god,
dude, this is why artists should not be born again in the middle of the peak of their career.
just
Like,
be born once.
if you want to be a born again Christian, do it when your career is over. Don't be ruining your music. Can you name one artist that became born again Christian of any type that put in better art before when they were I think heathenism.
If you were to ask Kanye, he would say himself.
Well, he's a fool because his best album was made 4 albums ago. Hedonism somehow promotes great art. Okay, the drugs, the sex, the rock and roll makes these great albums. Look at the Rolling Stones, man. Their best albums were when they were all addicts and they were just fighting in turmoil. That is what art is. Art is turmoil.
Well, music and specifically is conflict resolution.
Yes.
Honestly.
Right.
So here's the thing with Kanye. A lot of people are calling his album, I've listened to it, a gospel album. And it's not a gospel album.
Not really, no.
It's got gospel elements at times, but I like what you said. You came out of the bat and you said it's a Christian album, and that's what it is.
It is.
Here's the real tragedy of the Kanye album.
Okay.
The beats from beginning to end are fantastic.
He's a good beat maker.
Well, I mean, he's got a team, right? It's like
He
for
does
each
a-
one of those songs, he's
yeah.
got like 20 people helping him, right?
Well, he does a lot of it, but yeah, he has
Oh yeah, I
help.
get it. Like
He has
I'm
help.
not saying that he's
Yes, he has
obviously
help.
an
Yes,
inspiration,
yes,
but
right.
he's not solo
Right.
producing these, right? The beats from beginning to end
Are
are
really good.
amazing.
They're really
the,
good.
The working in of like the gospel choirs, I love, but it's like, it's just not good.
It's not good.
And it's like, to me, it almost seems like either he's just off his meds or he's money grabbing. One of the two.
I don't think it's a money grab. I honestly believe I believe he's a man who, I believe a lot of people, alcoholics and people of that nature, or people with medication issues or whatever, bipolar people, whatever. Yes, you're right. They're chasing something always. There's always something new that they have to become addicted to. A lot of alcoholics, after they become off the alcohol, they find a way to pour their stuff into some, or they'll get addicted to like coffee and they'll just be drinking like 8 cups a day. And you're like, all right, dude, I mean, just slow down a little bit. We've been doing this for a while. It's all right. But I believe this is his next thing. Now, I believe, according to this article, it says Kanye West banned premarital sex during the recording of Jesus King. That's nuts. But
Well, I mean, pause there.
okay.
How big of a ban is it? He's married.
He's got like
Well, yes.
he has got like 200 people in his band.
Yeah, he
Also, his whole band is
Yeah.
not allowed.
yes.
He's got like a choir director and
But-
everything.
To, so he's like BYU now.
BYU, same thing with athletics. If they catch you having sex, you're done.
well, I'll tell you, they did the carpool karaoke, but for them, they had to
Terrible.
do it on an airplane.
Terrible.
I thought it was actually kind of cool.
No.
But let me say this. This is what my friend said. Kanye believes that he is ascended, that he is
Yes.
literally the most prolific and artistic
Yeah, he does.
musician that's ever been and ever will be. My friend literally believes that his next album, he will come out and say that he is Jesus reincarnated.
I would buy that album. I'm down with that. At least
So-
there's a.
So that's something to look forward for you.
I'm just disappointed. I thought this album was going to be really good, and it's not. It's terrible. Okay? Hey, and I'm a Kanye fanatic, and I love the guy, but this is not good. And I defend Kanye to a lot of people. I can't. Now, there was a big-ass sign in Paris promoting the new album. I took a picture beside it. It was cool, but I can't get behind this album. It's a pass.
Well, I saw something on Kanye the other day I'd never seen before. He wears a grill.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know he had a grill either.
Huh.
But evidently it's a thing. Would you wear a grill?
No.
Never.
Hell no. No.
I don't know. I was kind of thinking like maybe that's cool. Maybe
No.
I should get fitted for
No.
double grill,
Mm-mm.
get diamond encrusted.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's just a piece of jewelry, right?
I mean, I guess it's one way to look. I would never do that. That's it's disgusting. You pulling out all that saliva. I don't like mouth guards or grills or any of that shit, man. I don't have time for that. That's stupid. I've never understood the appeal of it.
I mean, you don't wear a lot of jewelry now.
No, I wouldn't wear jewelry. I mean, I wouldn't be wearing like Ric Flair. Like you see, he's wearing these big ass gold chains, and I'm just not that guy. I'm a simple American. I like his black hoodie sweatshirt I got on right now. I love sweatshirt.
It's a little dirty, by the way.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? But
He's in America now. He's
Yes,
got
I'm back
win
in
in Rome.
I'm back in America. Yeah. Okay. So this album, it's no good. Sorry.
So one laugh track out of 5.
One laugh track out of 5. It's got the one.
0.
You're my Chick-fil-A. That is a good song. I do
It
like
is
it.
not.
Yeah,
It's literally
it
the
is.
worst song on the album. Did you see?
Oh no. That's
Yeah.
that stuff at the end is unlistenable. I was like, I don't even know what this dude's talking about. He's good. You ever met someone that's not smart, but they're trying to convince you they're smart? So they're talking about shit, and you're like, dude, you don't even know what you're talking about. He's talking about like, I don't know. He's like pulling Bible verses and talking about like Zion. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't even care.
One
Like,
love, brother.
Yeah.
One love.
All right.
Have you seen the T-shirts he's made?
Oh my God, they're terrible.
Literally he took like like an image and like stretched it so it's out of ratio.
So bad.
And he took like small images and it's like pixelated on the.
Me and my friend at work were looking at all this stuff on the shop, and I went, I'm going to DM this guy and go, do you need me to make your stuff? Because this is really trash what you're making right now.
And they're not cheap either.
No, they're expensive.
$200 for a
Yeah.
sweatshirt.
It's crazy.
And it's like he put Word bitmap art on it.
That's terrible.
I don't know. I mean, it's either genius or insanity. Who's to say?
Now, I do got to say real quick that I just thought of this right now. So before I left for Patterty, we had a little office work party, and it was cool. And we had a
This is
karaoke.
the
Halloween
Halloween party.
And we had a karaoke machine. And so, office parties are weird anyway, right? And karaoke comes up, and I think I'm the second one to start the karaoke tunes. It's weird singing in front of people you don't know.
Second?
Yeah, I mean,
Who was first?
Probably the person that was running
I think
it.
Clay, my buddy.
Did they kill it?
No, he
Okay.
killed it, yeah, but not in a good way. So I get up there and I start doing like just silly, goofy shit. Like I did Backstreet Boys or something. Everybody's what? And I go, all right, fine. You want to do the real stuff? Let's do it. So I did Boys to Men. It's so hard to say goodbye. So I know it's terrible, but I do know this is in an open area. Okay, all these like black ladies like come and look aside and they go, who's singing that? The dude's pretty good. And I was like, what is happening right now? And they were like dancing to it. And I was like, this is weird. I don't know what's happening. But then they go, hey, do that song you were singing in the car the other day. And I went, what song? And they go, that Snoop Dogg song. I go, oh, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. I go, put it on, baby. I'll do it. So I performed.
You and Snoop all the
I
way.
performed at an office work party. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Now, I don't know if you know the lyrics to this song, if you remember them. We
I
used
do.
to listen to this. Can you imagine singing that around people you work with? I had to stop at about 3-4. I said, no, I'm done. I cannot do any more of these lyrics,
It's
man.
just like, well, what do you follow up with that?
Oh.
Area code.
But I will say, those black ladies that worked across the hall, they loved it. They were in there like tapping their foot and like, dude. I'm like, nah, man, I'm just dumb enough not to care. And so I don't care if I embarrass myself. But
They
it
were
was
probably
cool.
just looking for something, you know.
Yeah, I guess. So
If that's the best they could do is you singing Snoop Dogg.
and I did Big Papa. I love
That's
it when
gotta
you
be a
call me
horrible
Big
place to work.
Pop. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So, all right, do we want to get to the Dear John this week and skip the Baby Trump talk? Who cares about Baby Trump?
No, I think we need to talk about Baby
All right.
Trump.
Okay, real quick. Baby Trump, if you don't know, is a balloon display, and it's Trump is a baby, like not in a good way. It's like him as a my baby. And
Spoiled, yeah.
And I got to see it in person. It was downtown Nashville at a Politicon convention, so I got to see it, got a picture of it, and it's pretty funny in person, and it's pretty good size. Well, anyways, a man in Alabama, I believe, is that correct? Alabama man. He decided that this was evil in the world, that people should not be making fun of the great Donald Trump. So you know what he did, John? What do you think a man in Alabama did to the Baby Trump display? Because I don't think you've ever heard this story.
I hadn't before, but I saw the when Lee pulled it up.
He
so,
slashed it.
yeah.
He took a knife to it and slashed it.
He went. He said he was visibly shaking when he drove past it. He was so mad.
Yes.
Like what? And
Let me read this quote. Then
he went and he clad himself in an Alabama T-shirt so that he could blend in with the crowd more.
That's what he said. Go down. I want to read this quote at the bottom you just had up. He said,
I'm guessing he
Here
didn't
it
have
is.
to go far for that Alabama T-shirt.
this is his quote. It comes a point when you got to take a stand. We don't have two parties anymore. We have good versus evil. When you got one party that says it's okay to kill babies, and by the way, this is the first time I've ever seen a liberal get mad about chopping up a baby. That's pretty funny. He said he yelled Trump 2020 as he was being arrested. Here's the kick of this story. They put up a GoFundMe. He wants $2,000 for his legal fee. This is felony vandalism he just did. They have raised, I believe, at this point, $40,000 through GoFundMe for this moron.
For just for free, like here's free money. Thanks
I
for
guess he gets
slashing
to
the
keep it. I
balloon.
don't know. I guess they think this is like some big moral victory. This is so stupid. This is what's wrong.
What I don't understand is what kind of balloon is this that gets sliced up and you can't fix it?
Well, they can fix it, I'm sure, but it's pretty big. I mean, it is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just put some duct tape on it. I'm sure it's fine. Like, you got to be able to repair these.
Well, they can
balloons.
repair it, but still the act that he did it.
I get that. It's not like
If I went out and keyed your car, you could go get it fixed, but I still keyed it. There's still it should have never happened. This is what I'm going to say it. This is what's wrong with these Trump supporters, man. This right here. But this is why there's a fear. And there's a fear on the left side, and I think it's justified to some degree. Some of these people are deranged. Like, straight up, they're crazy as hell. Like,
I think anybody too far in either direction is there's a level of.
Well, the big problem is he says he keeps up with politics by watching Fox News, and his two favorite anchors Tucker Carlson
Sean.
and Sean Hannity.
Well, there you go.
I'm sorry if that's where you're getting your news from. You
pretty bad.
are ignorant, and I don't mean that in a negative way.
No, we do.
I
No.
mean it in a way of like you are truly don't understand.
It's a negative way. And to end the story, ask if slashing was attempt to echo the biblical story of Jesus turning the temple tables of money changers. He said, yes, that's what I was doing. This man just compared himself to Jesus in the temple overturning. This is so stupid.
Alabama Kanye.
All right,
Alabama
let's
Kanye.
wash it down. It's time for Dear John.
By the time you read these lines, I'll be gone.
All right, it's time for Dear John. Lee's going to read this question from someone, and John will answer it. Go.
Dear John, my wife and I have 3 teenagers, 18, 16, and 14. My wife cooks for them every day or buys them fast food. I always eat leftovers, which the fridge is full of. Our children refuse to eat leftovers or cook for themselves, and they insist on having a freshly cooked meal every day. Occasionally, my wife needs to work late and asks me to buy fast food for the children. I respond that I'll gladly cook for them or buy them fast food, but first they have to finish the leftovers in the fridge. My wife gets upset and accuses me of not caring about our children. Who is right from leftovers in the East?
I agree with you on the point of leftovers. I mean, you're just throwing away money if it's not going to get eaten. But as far as your wife is concerned, prove her wrong. Cook a few times for the kids. Prove that you don't mind cooking, and then at that point, you're like, that's when you bring up the subject again. But yeah, just prove that it's not that you're being lazy or whatever, but that you're just trying to do what's right for the family as a whole.
Wait, I don't think that's the point, though. I think the point is she wants the kids to have fresh food. It's not that he said he would volunteer to cook. Here's the big word. These kids are how
They're
old?
spoiled.
18,
These kids are
definitely
16,
spoiled.
These kids are-
14.
That's not a kid. Okay, at 18, that's not a kid.
It's a kid.
They should be making their own damn food when you're not there. This is ridiculous.
I was cooking at 12.
Come on, man. 18
I was
years old.
cooking at 8.
And this mom.
That's a lie.
Yeah, we know that ain't true. Look, we were spoiled as children. Our mom made us food just about every day of our
She
damn
loves
life.
to cook.
Okay?
That's her love language. Some
this-
people
This is dumb as hell, dude. And
look.
if
You didn't
you're
raise
that,
your kids right.
And
It's
you
too
didn't
late.
you didn't even catch the part at the beginning where he is forced to eat the leftovers every day. He doesn't even get the food, and he's the man of the house. Now,
The man of the house. Wow.
is he not? Is the husband
Are
not?
they not all
John,
equal?
is the husband not the? No. Are your children equal to you in your house?
Yes.
John, are your children equal to you in your house?
No,
We are all equal.
No, they're not equal. They're your children.
I mean, I don't-
Okay, so
I don't-
so wait. When your daughter turns 10, she can make her own rules and tell you what to do.
I'm not saying that. I'm just not. I'm saying
That's what equal is. That's like we're all equal here because none of us. If I ran this podcast and I was your boss, we would not be equals, right? Or
But
you're
it's
the
not
boss,
like-
you're the boss.
It's not like if we opened up the company ledger and went out to eat, you'd be like, I'm getting the steak and you guys are getting the salads because I'm the man of the podcast.
If I was the boss, I could though.
You could, but would you?
I would not. But
Okay, that's my point.
But because we're equals. But my children, we do not go to a restaurant and they tell me what to order for. I will ask, do you want this? If I want a ribeye steak and it's $50, no, kid, you're not getting
Well,
it.
obviously.
So they're not equals. Do you understand? That's what equals means. This man can't even eat fresh food because it's making him eating the damn leftovers. I
Look,
won't even cook for the damn
That's
kids.
what I would say. That's the point I would say. I would just be like, look, there's leftovers in the fridge, and if you get hungry, you know where it is.
Well,
And I guarantee you, once they get hungry, they will learn the joy of leftovers.
you would hope so.
Or-
John, what is it going to do? Do you see the point here? These kids are spoiled beyond belief. The wife doesn't even take
She's
care of her
blind,
husband.
But the thing is, she's blind to that fact. That's what I'm saying.
She can't be
you
that
You gotta prove it to her,
I don't know. So what'd she do?
huh?
What can he do?
I said it. Prove that it's not because her only excuse is you're pretty
It's
much
not gonna
lazy. And
work.
you don't
I'm
care.
No, she didn't say lazy. She said
You don't care.
you
for
don't
'em.
care for them. Yeah. That's even
She's
worse.
the one
Lazy would make sense. Yeah, I
This-
would agree with you. Lazy would.
This parent, or probably more likely this woman, has instilled these kids for 18 years.
They're screwed.
There's
They
I mean,
better
I don't
find-
know if they're screwed.
They better
but
find them a woman that's going to cook for them, and that is becoming a rarity in this day and age, my friend. If you can find a woman that will cook for you, my wife does not cook for me. Most of the time, I'm cooking because I get home first.
You know what I would do? I would go and fill out applications for Naked and Afraid for those kids. Let them be out in the woods
Drop 'em
for
off.
21 days
There you go.
without food, and when they come home, they're going to be rubbing their hands together, looking for those leftovers.
There you go. So that's it. Just do something with the damn kids. There, that's Dear John. All right, that is Dear John. If you want to contact us, email us at bybpod@gmail.com. That's bybpod@gmail.com. And that is the show. Go to blameyourbro.com. That is our website. We have some great guests coming up. Josh Baker is going to be coming on the show in the next couple of weeks to promote something he's working on. So we're looking forward to that. We have great guests like Nicole Dambro last week and many others. And you can follow us on all of our social media to get updates on that. There's a link on the website for that. There's ways to grab the podcast. If you're buying stuff through Amazon, really going to make a push on the holiday season to get you to go there. We'll probably be putting a few articles up about things you might want to buy. So there's links for that. You can email the show from the website, send us a voicemail, all kinds of great stuff, all past episodes, great articles by Adam Cox, by Josh Baker. We got great writers. So go to blameyourbro.com. It's the website you need. Click on that Amazon link, buy a Blame Your Brother shirt, go to France, show it off to everybody. Make sure you have Blame Your Bro in your head. So thanks so much for checking out the show. Rate, review us. John? What you got?
On that, for especially those that are in the live chat, whether it be Facebook or YouTube or anything, make sure you hit that thumbs up.
There you go.
It helps.
Yeah. Hit that like button, damn it.
Smash the subscribe.
Smash that damn like button. Subscribe where you don't miss anything. Check
Turn
out
on
the website.
notifications.
BlameYourBro.com. That's all you need to know. Thanks so much for hanging out, Lee. Is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.